Good evening, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Pity Party Podcast. It's your host, JoJo, and I'm ready to run my mouth. Right now, I'm batch creating episodes. I'm still wearing my pajamas that I wore in the last episode, and I'm getting even more cozier. I got a pink blanket for those who can see me, and if you can't see me and you want to see me, make sure you check out my YouTube at Cup of JoJo. Today we will be talking about being alone and actually being okay with it. For me, I enjoy my time alone. I love being by myself. It's probably unhealthy to just want to stay in the house and just not talk to anybody, but that's just how I am. I've had my fair share of communicating with other people, and I just like being alone. The less distractions, the better. I'm able to focus more. I'm able to feel more, just understand myself more. I'd study by myself. I'd watch shows by myself, go to the library by myself, etc. And as Emma Chamberlain says, I genuinely like to be by myself. I do. Nothing is better than being with your thoughts. And this actually took me a while to say that, because people would say it's freaking scary to be with your thoughts. It is. But that's only if they're negative. You need to change your mindset and start being more positive about yourself. Start celebrating you, even if it's like a small accomplishment. Let's say you finished that assignment you've been meaning to finish for the past few days. Woohoo! Celebrate, get yourself some coffee. You finally got up, you brushed your teeth, you put on some comfy clothes. Celebrate by making breakfast or something. Celebrate you. And I feel like the first thing we need to discuss about just enjoying our time alone is why we fear being by ourselves. I actually noticed that people don't really like to be by themselves. They don't like being alone. They believe that they need someone to do the most mundane things, or just need someone to distract them. It's easier to not have to face your fear by talking with someone or being alone. And as people, we would rather be with the most horrible people that walk all over them, are mean to them, awful to them, just because they want someone to hang out with or to not be alone. And that's honestly sad that we as people feel like we have to hang out with people who are trash to you just because you just don't want that sense of loneliness. There are plenty of people in this world, and I promise you, eventually someone will appreciate you. Someone will. You may feel like that nobody's there for you, but I promise you that somebody is. Even if that one somebody is me. My DMs are always open, and if you need any help with anything, just make sure to contact the Instagram at pityparty.podcast, or even DM my personal at cupo.jojo. So to continue, you don't have to go out of your way to stick with mean people just to feel like you're a part of something. I used to value friendships a lot. I put more effort into what I was given, and then I've never gotten that effort back, or I would never receive that effort back. It was overlooked, forgotten into the world, gone with the wind. And as I said in the last episode, make sure you check that out. I've never stuck with one group of friends, which actually helps me because I was able to spend more time by myself and learn more about me. And you should too. Why should you enjoy your time by yourself? There aren't any distractions. You're able to focus on your tasks, and I promise you, you aren't the only person by yourself. It's absolutely normal to do things alone. When I tell you there aren't any distractions and you're able to focus on your tasks, let's say you're trying to study and you feel like you need a study partner to study with, when in reality, you really don't. You can get some headphones, go for a walk, go to the library, get your books out, your computer and all that, and you can study by yourself. Because I promise if you have that study partner that really doesn't want to study, y'all won't be studying. And I know that from experience. It's self-care. Who wouldn't want to be by themselves? Especially if you deserve it. Our brain is just it's so focused on being with other people. You use so much of like your communication energy, like that battery power in yourself. To me, I feel like when I'm communicating with people, I have a battery power. When I talk with a lot of people, it gets lower and lower and lower. The less people I talk to, the higher my battery power. And I just feel like it's just energy saving. Think of your self-care as energy saving for your battery. You're able to just focus on yourself instead of focusing on others. You deserve that comfort that you want. You deserve to just sit down, be with your thoughts, and just be able to think of yourself for a change. You don't have to always think about other people because you matter and you're the only person that matters. I feel like being by yourself it's just great. And meditation plays a huge part in being by yourself. I've started to, as a New Year resolution, I started to just meditate for at least 5 minutes in the morning. And I want to reach to like 15 minutes in the morning. But that 5 minutes that you take to yourself will make a huge difference in your day. Last week, I had class last week and I didn't want to be in the class. There was a lot of people and we had to do performances in front of people and I'm not there for it. But I did that 5-minute meditation in the morning and I felt like a new girl. I did. And I'm not even joking. Please try it. Get up in the morning, snooze your alarm, and meditate for at least 5 minutes. And I promise you, that will be the holy grail to getting up in the morning. I am still not a morning person myself. I'm actually going to try and I'm going to try and wake up at like 5 a.m. and see where that gets me. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm just trying to listen to the YouTube girlies and see what they think. And I promise you that meditation will relax your mind and just allow you to just take in that environment. You're by yourself. You're with your own mind. You're with your own body. And you're just there. You know you exist in the world. And that's it. The more you do it, the more you spend time alone, the easier it will become. Just like anything else. The more you practice singing, the better you get. The more you combat your stage fright, the easier it gets. It's way easier. And I promise you, it's not as scary as it sounds. Sometimes it's just as scary as you think. But being by yourself is okay. Just like those people who solo travel by themselves. And you wonder, how do they do it? Well, they had to start somewhere and they had to go by themselves eventually. Which is scary because you're getting on a plane and you're going to a different country, a different state. And you're just going to a different place, somewhere that's absolutely unique to where you've lived at. And they're doing this by themselves, which I think is absolutely fascinating. And I want to do that. I really do want to do it. I think that would be so cool because spending time alone and just enjoying the scenery, enjoying the nature and meeting new locals, a dream, I tell you, a dream. Now, this episode was definitely short, but I had to batch create and I didn't want to use too much time. But next week will definitely be longer. So I'm not even just saying that, but it'll definitely be longer. So make sure you tune in next week. My DMs are always open. If somebody needs help, if you have new topics you want to suggest, I'm ready for you. So make sure you leave a 5-star rating and contact or follow my Instagram and my TikTok at cupo.jojo. It'll also be in the podcast description or Spotify description, wherever you're watching from. And my TikTok and my Instagram for the podcast is pityparty.podcast. So my assignment for you before we log off today is to go do something by yourself. Whether that's painting in the grass by yourself, taking a hot girl walk, or smelling the roses. But just make sure you do something by yourself. And I will also put in that effort to go do something by myself so you guys know that you're not alone. So thank you for listening, and I hope you are able to tune into the next one. Love y'all.